What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the happiest hour on earth. This is episode 2 of 2023.
Yeah.
So it's another New Year's-y type of episode tonight. We are going to be ranking the top 10 things that we're the most excited about happening in Disney in 2023. There's a lot coming this year, and we're super excited about a lot of these things. So we just wanted to kind of chat about some of those. Let us know what things you guys are the most excited about, whether in the comments or hit us up on Instagram. We'd love to know what things you guys are excited about this year, because there's some pretty big things coming to the Disney parks all over the world, not just here.
Oh yeah, so excited.
We're pretty pumped. So I think if you are ready, let's go ahead and jump in.
All right, so before we jump in, we have a drink for tonight, and just like last week, it is a mocktail. It's not even really a mocktail, I guess. It's just a drink because it doesn't really have the cocktail vibe, but it's a slush. Yeah. It's a slush.
Yeah.
So this is one of our favorites from
all-time favorite.
It's so good at Fantasy Fair in Disneyland. There's a place called Maurice's Treats. And they have some amazing treats, but they also have some amazing drinks. And so one of our favorite things is the Poison Apple Freeze that you could get. It's very similar to the LeFou's Brew that you could get over in Magic Kingdom, which we might actually make next week. So super, super excited for that. But tonight we decided because we couldn't find all the ingredients for LeFou's Brew, but really excited to try this Poison Apple Freeze.
It's gotten to be a little bit on the melty side at this point because we had to do a little bit more prep before we started the episode. So it started melting. Also, the top layer here, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this is how it was in the beginning, and it should have continued to be, but they decided to change it. But it is a passion fruit whip on top that I am pretty proud to say we recreated pretty perfectly tonight. Yeah. We'll have a reel showing how we did it if you would care to see. But they switched it out to just regular whipped cream at some point, which was so disappointing because that was like one of my favorite parts about this drink.
Yeah. And we were going to go that route. We're like, well, they just do whipped cream. Let's just do it. And then we're like, no, you know what?
This is the classic way. And it is so much better this way. I mean, everybody loves whipped cream too, but it was just extra special with the passion fruit flavor. So it's basically the passion fruit whip on top, basically like blended apple juice and a boysenberry syrup, basically, that is at the bottom. It's kind of supposed to be on the sides as well, but it got melty, as I said. So let's give it a try.
Let's do this. I'm so excited. Cheers. It tastes like it. If it didn't water down,
and
it was more slushy, that would be
pretty
much perfect.
I think maybe I needed more ice in it. Yeah. Possibly to have kept it that frothy consistency for longer.
Yeah. But that is really good. I think you crushed it. Oh man, I just got some boysenberry. That is amazing, guys. If you have never had this drink in the parks before, you gotta try it. It's so good.
Such a fave. So refreshing when it's like hot out. It's like the middle of the day and you just need something cold. Dole Whip, of course, is always a favorite, but this is like kind of up there with Dole Whip for us.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'm surprised it took us this long to make it on the show, to be honest. It's been a favorite for years.
Yeah. I feel like some of these drinks were a little nervous to make.
To try,
but and cocktails just seem easier than like the slushes, but we had to do it. But before we jump into our topic, I just have to shout out my sister. She gave us these for Christmas. It has their cast member coasters with their names on it and our general location. And so it's so cool. And they're little coasters. So now
legit.
Our drinks could be on these.
Every week these will be accompanying us for our drinks. So shout out.
It's so great.
Danica.
Shout out to Danica. Yep. We love you. With that, I think we're ready to jump in. First off, one thing we did want to talk about, this isn't in our list. It's outside of our list because we thought that it was actually going to be in 2023, but I believe it's opening in 2024, which I don't know really. I mean, I guess there's a lot to do. The building's there, but there's just a lot of stuff inside to do. But Pixar Pier Hotel would have been on this list because, you know, I never
Super
cared to
pumped.
stay at the Paradise Pier Hotel, but with it being Pixar themed, I love Pixar so much, and I would totally spend a night in there. And I think there's going to be different rooms with different, you know, I think different wings of the hotel is going to be different kind of Pixar movies.
Yeah.
And then the lobby's going to be like all just Pixar themed, and then we're going to see Toy Story.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo.
I'm all about it.
But yeah, Inside Out's going to be a huge role, I think, in it too.
Yes. All the Pixar that Disney can bring to the parks, I'm about it. Honestly, I'm like, Paradise Pier Hotel looked cool enough. And of course, RIP Paradise Pier, will always love it. Yeah. But to add that extra theming in after having redone the whole pier and everything, I'm just super stoked that the hotel is going to be following along with the theme of Paradise Pier.
And now we have a walkway from Paradise Pier Hotel directly to the park, which is really, really cool, because I feel like a lot of people just thought the Paradise Pier Hotel seemed so distant, even though it wasn't really, but you know, not a lot of people wanted to stay there because it felt outside of the park. But yeah,
compared to the other two resorts on property, it felt, I guess, like the furthest, but it never really was that far. It just felt like it.
Just didn't really have like a designated path. So
yeah, it's
I think
nice
they're doing great things for this hotel. Excited.
Yeah, pretty excited about it.
Did you want to hit us off with number 10? What's more exciting to you, number 10 or number 9? I could get whatever one's least exciting.
Well, just sticking to the Pixar topic, I'll just carry us into our number 10 spot. So number 10 is the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue that is going to be coming to Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios spring of 2023.
Yeah.
This is super exciting. I mean, we already have Andy's Lunchbox, right? That's the it's
actually
kind of,
I think is it Woody's or Andy's Lunchbox? Like Woody's doesn't make sense, but I think it's Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is. That's right.
Which is
when
weird,
I said Andy's, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Because Woody doesn't eat food. So it wouldn't need a lunchbox.
I don't know why he needs a lunchbox, but Woody's Lunchbox exists there currently, and it's kind of more like quick servicey, like smaller stuff, right?
Yeah, we've made the Pop-Tarts from there, and then the Grown-Ups lemonade, which is really good, but no real...
Nothing like too fancy. So the restaurant coming later this year is like Nice Barbecue, it sounds like. It's the world's first Toy Story table service restaurant. It's family style barbecue with house smoked meats. And that sounds like the perfect addition to Toy Story Land.
Yeah. And I love the theming inside too. You know, I love any land that makes you feel smaller than you were, like Bugs Land over here in California.
I loved that.
Loved it. Never really went on the rides, but I loved walking through it. Same with Toy Story Land. You feel like you're the size of a toy. And inside this restaurant,
nice shade.
Oh yeah, so awesome. And then inside this restaurant, it looks great. Like everything looks big. Oh, their Midway Mania queue also makes you feel a part of it. Our queue is nothing compared to that. But
ours is horrible here.
Yeah. So this restaurant is gonna be awesome.
Yes, a welcome addition to Toy Story Land. I'm super excited.
Yeah, but it does stay at number 10 because there's a lot more exciting things coming to the park.
There's a lot more coming.
We're going to continue on with number 9. And this is going to be Journey of Water. Obviously going to be found in Epcot, inspired by Moana. And I think it arrives end of 2023. A lot of times Disney likes to push out the dates, but I think that's where we're at right now with Journey of Water. So this is going to be a self-guided outdoor trail where you could play and interact with the water. There's going to be a lot of special water effects that, you know, kind of trigger off once you get close to them. And hopefully there's some nice, like, glow up, you know, water lighting at night.
Like World of Color.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because then it's almost like a walk through mini World of Color. I know that music's going to be a huge part of it too. So that'll be really cool.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah. And I heard them talk about it, I think, on ABC. And just their idea of kind of making water feel alive and playful and all this stuff, just like you would see in the movie Moana. And the cool thing here is there's a huge Te Fiti structure that looks fantastic. You can find pictures and videos
super
of
realistic.
it already, but that's going to be really, really cool. I want a Moana ride though.
I know.
So that's why it's number 9, because hopefully
We're
we'll
still
still
waiting
get the
for the
Moana ride. Yes.
At least it's an attraction, but
at least, yeah.
we could use a Moana ride for
Remember
sure.
the at D23 they mentioned that there might be a Moana ride coming to Animal Kingdom.
Just teasing us.
Yeah, I know. It was
And
like
they
the
have,
very
like,
blue sky ideas. So
no intention of following through with it, probably.
well,
It's
now
just
that Bobby Boy is back,
the other Bobby
the OG
Boy.
Bobby Boy,
Yeah.
maybe we'll see some stuff happen.
Who knows? Who knows what he's got up his sleeve for this year? But we'll find out.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 8, we have the new Epcot nighttime show, which has no name yet.
Yeah.
That's what we have to go by, but it's coming in late 2023, we think. I think that it hasn't, there's not like a ton of information about it yet, but it's exciting. It's honoring the 100 Years of Wonder. And Harmonious, which was there recently, was amazing. We loved that one. Yeah. And it kind of sad that it was there for a short time.
Yeah.
That kind of didn't make sense that it was such a quick turnaround. I guess that was kind of the case for that. And Enchantment.
Yeah, Enchantment. Yeah, so it was there for the 50th anniversary, but I know there was kind of mixed reviews on both. We loved Harmonious a lot more, and just thought it I just loved how it paid homage to the movies, but then it also paid homage to the cultures within that movie. That was so cool to see. Like Aladdin, you get it, in a different language. Lion King, you get it in a different language. Yeah. Everything, even when it comes to Hunchback, like that's even in the language that's found. It's in France, right? Yeah. Obviously, Paris. Yeah. Notre Dame. So we loved that, but I feel like that could have carried into the 100 Years of Wonder, because 100 Years of Wonder is all about celebrating the animation studios, all the animated classics. So I felt like that could have been a great show to carry in, but they decided to change it. So,
but that must mean that this one is going to do an even better job of honoring all of those films, I guess. I hope.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of information about it yet, but I don't think Epcot is going to disappoint.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good.
Really excited to see what they're going to do with this 100 Years of Wonder show at Epcot. But if you have not seen Harmonious, and if you have not seen the Disney Plus special, I think it's still up there. It should be up there. Search Disney Plus, or search on Disney Plus the Harmonious nighttime special. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, probably.
But they did this live show with live orchestra, live singers, all this stuff while the show was going on. The coolest thing. I thought they just, hit that out of the park, and I was just really excited. I was hyped when I watched that. But but coming in at number 7 is another show. And do you want to get this one? Because I don't know.
Okay, I'll get this.
I know you love this one too.
Yeah.
And I
okay. I got this one. So obviously everybody knows this point. Happily Ever After is coming back to Magic Kingdom, which we're so excited about.
Yeah.
That's the one and only fireworks show that we got to see when we were in Disney World 5 years ago.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been a while. But it was magical to see it in person. We did the dessert dining or what is it called?
Yeah, the dessert
party. The dessert party.
Yeah. So
and it was such an amazing experience. We love Happily Ever After. So we're just really excited that it's coming back, because as we said, Enchantment was not a fave, as I think was the case for a lot of you.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited that Happily Ever After is coming back, because I think that it's almost perfect in terms of fireworks shows.
It really is. Just the whole flow of it was so great. Where Enchantment, I didn't really catch the flow. I didn't really know where it was going. It was just kind of random.
It was missing the heart.
It was. And the fact that it was, I love when other people do covers of songs, but for some reason it felt off.
Felt wrong.
For the show. And so I love Happily Ever After. The interesting thing here is I think almost every nighttime spectacular, not including Fantasmic and things like that, they're getting a new show for the 100th anniversary. But Magic Kingdom is celebrating the 100 Years of Wonder with a fan favorite. So, so glad that they are bringing that back, because I think it's just like the pinnacle of Disney shows. I love it so much. So really excited to have that back. So next up, number 6. We're almost halfway. Or we're almost halfway. Yeah. We have Arendelle opening in Hong Kong Disneyland mid 2023. So maybe they always do like springtime, maybe June. I don't know. Usually that May to June kind of time frame. But I think this would rank higher if we were closer to Hong Kong and like had a trip planned. But I don't know when we're going to go to Hong Kong. But this will be the first of 3 Arendelles that will be opening. So one will also open in Tokyo Disney Sea and the other in Walt Disney Studios in Paris. The concept art of this looks fantastic. Everything from like the town square, where you're going to have that like frozen water fountain that Elsa freezes, to kind of more of the outskirts of the land. It looks great.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah. There's going to be 2 rides and probably some great dining options. I didn't see what the dining options were going to be, but the land will feature Frozen Ever After from Epcot, which everyone loves for the most part, I'm sure. And then also the first Frozen themed family coaster, which is going to be called Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs. And it looks a lot like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So I could see, some of those types of animatronics in there. Like maybe we'll see a big Wandering Oaken animatronic would be great. And then Olaf. Yeah, that'd be so
fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
It looks really, really fun.
I think an Arendelle land has been very needed for a while. I think it's going to be a perfect addition. And I'm glad that it's coming to a lot of different Disney parks.
Yeah.
Hopefully here
at
some point, because all the other countries are getting it now, but I'm excited.
Yeah. The one thing is that when they I think it's a lot easier for them when they've already made one, like replicating whether that's a ride or a land, because they kind of know what works. So hopefully that means they'll bring it here. It just looks awesome. And I'm sure there's going to be a Frozen 3. Just make it a trilogy. And then we'll, and then the land's just going to be so popular. So super excited. And then also so excited for Tokyo Disney Sea, that whole area that's going to be opening, that new port in Disney Sea that's going to have Peter Pan, Tangled, and Frozen. That's not coming till 2024. So we have some time, but once that opens,
it's going to be amazing.
A Neverland?
I know.
Are you kidding?
I cannot wait to see some POV footage from in there when that officially opens.
POV, let's just book our plane flight.
Yeah, well, at some point, probably not right when it opens, but yes, I'm very excited about those as well.
So pumped.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Adventureland Treehouse, which is going to be reopening again in spring of 2023.
Hopefully. Yeah,
I feel
someone was saying
been changing
February 11th or something like that, because of a scheduling calendar on Disneyland, and then they adjusted that. And so I'm just assuming spring.
It's changed a few times, I think.
May, I feel like they always do.
I don't know if it's just taking Memorial a lot longer to do some of the construction on it. I'm not really sure what
working on
delaying.
It for so long.
Yeah, it's been closed forever, and R.I.P. to Tarzan's Treehouse.
We love Tarzan's Treehouse.
I was heartbroken when it was taken away. Not that I went up there very often, but I still loved it so much.
Hearing and, the music as you walk past, Oh
my gosh.
Tarzan's a big fave in our family.
Such a favorite, and there's nothing else Tarzan related in the park. So I hope that they add something else, because he needs some representation.
Yeah.
That is one of the best movies. Honestly, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Very sad it's gone. But point being, we are excited that classic is coming back in its place, though. The Swiss Family Robinson is basically returning, but with some additional stuff, which I think I'm just gonna let you kind of explain right now.
Yeah, so
I kind of understand it, but I think you have a better understanding, so I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah.
And we are going to do an episode on this whole topic.
So we're going to be doing our research. We're going to do our homework. But so this is going to pay tribute to the original treehouse that Walt built in 1962. Yeah, kind of Swiss Family Robinson-y. But I think they're adding some extra stuff because if you zoom into the photo, the concept art, you could see a flag with the C insignia on it, SEA, and the C stands for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which is a made-up organization informing the backstory of numerous Disney park attractions. So it goes from like, oh man, Jungle Cruise to, oh, there's so many I don't want to butcher it. So, but it's like Jungle Cruise, I know, all the way to Tokyo Disney Sea's Tower of Terror.
No way.
A lot of other rides, a lot of like adventure rides, and then even some restaurants. I think like Skipper's Canteen over in Magic Kingdom. There's a lot of.
I didn't realize it was so in depth.
It's this huge thing, and so we're gonna really brush up on it, and hopefully by the time that the treehouse opens, we'll have an episode about this, just so that you guys can be informed, because we're kind of noobs. I don't know if anyone says that anymore, but on the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
I find it very interesting, and I'm very much excited to do some digging on that, because it's very intriguing, and it's something that like not a lot of people know about unless you're like deep in the Disney community, I guess. Yeah.
So I feel like they're doing that intentionally to kind of like spark some, interest in it, because it is really fun. It's kind of like a thing that people secret club. Yeah. And,
cool.
But as I was writing all this down, I was like, I think they're probably going to do like a show or something about this. And then I forgot about this. I heard about it, but I forgot that Disney's already planning a movie about the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. It's going to be written by Ki Nguyen, who wrote Raya and Strange World. And then it's going to be produced by Ryan Reynolds' company, Maximum Effort. So crazy to do a movie. I think something like this would be better as like a series.
Yeah.
Because you get to go a little more in depth, but a movie about it. Hey,
But we're gonna be beating them to the punch by having an episode about it. Yeah. So you'll hear it here first about all that information
before the movie comes out. You hear the backstory with us. And then you'll go into
we'll give you all the deets.
Yeah, for sure.
But I am excited that they're making a movie about it, because it's gonna have a lot in there. Hopefully, all accurate.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of with Galaxy's Edge, how people could do the bounty hunting now and like could do their own kind of like LARPing experience. I feel like Adventureland could get that way, like finding hidden clues in the treehouse and around Adventureland or something like that. I don't know. It'd be cool. But
it's gonna be fun.
Next, number 4 is World of Color 1. So this is California Adventure, opening January 27th when we kick off the 100 Years of Wonder.
So excited.
Yeah, we love World of Color. So every time they change it, it always makes us a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Because it's so perfect the way it is. But it was created with 100 Years of Wonder in mind. So it's going to be celebrating the storytelling legacy that Walt left behind. It's going to feature characters from Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel. Some highlights from the concept art that we've seen is Coco, Encanto, Moana, Soul, Grogu, and then obviously the classics like Lion King and more. So really excited to see that. I think Disney Parks posted a reel about this, and you could hear the narrating over it. And it's all about how, some heroes take that one step. All you need is one person to create a ripple, and then it'll, expand out and touch multiple people's lives. So that's kind of like the idea behind World of Color 1. Super excited for that. Very interested to see. I think we are going to have an episode after, these shows come out, just kind of breaking down our thoughts on them. So if you want to like unpack these new shows with us, we're going to have an episode on that. But that brings us to number 3.
Another show we're very excited about that's coming. Wondrous Journeys is coming to Disneyland also January 27th, which is going to be the new fireworks show. So excited. I feel like it has been so long since we've actually watched fireworks in Disneyland.
Thanks to having a kid.
Yes,
we could have still seen it.
I mean, the last time we were there, I guess we could have, and we chose World of Color, which I adore. So I am glad that we did it. But it has been a lot of years since we've seen fireworks because of COVID and all kinds of reasons. So in general, I'm just really excited to see fireworks again, but I'm so excited about this one. Obviously, sticking to the 100 Years of Wonder. It's going to feature characters from every Disney animation movie throughout the company's 100 years.
Crazy.
That's a lot to cram in.
So I think it's like 60. I forgot if Strange World was, I think it's 61. I think Encanto was 60.
Okay.
So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. 60 in.
But I know they can do
minutes.
it. I mean.
Oh, yeah. That's like 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No.
It'll be probably some of them will be very quick.
Yeah.
And some will be a little bit longer. But the fact that it's going to have all of them is so impressive.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see it because that's where it all began. You know, all of those old films is like the beginning.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm all about the nostalgia of Disney. So I cannot wait to see this show.
And just seeing from the start of how animation was done back then all the way to where we are now. And also I love it because when Bob Chapek said pretty much that adults don't want to watch animated movies. And then now this whole show is going to be about the animated movies and, you know, Bob.
All of us adults are going to be losing our minds over it. So, haha, Bob Chapek.
Haha, yes.
So what it sounds like is that it's going to be mostly a castle show with lots of projections and things. But I believe on weekends is when the actual fireworks show will be, which is when fireworks are anyways. Mm-hmm. That was a nice slurp. If anyone caught that.
I was trying to get that passion fruit whip is so good, everybody. I'm so sorry.
In case you heard that.
Oh, man. I keep slurping over here. Oh, man. Okay.
Anyways, so the fireworks that are on a normal basis on weekends, that's when this one will be as well, I think. It's what it sounds like. I don't think they exactly said that, but since it's select nights that there's fireworks, I would imagine it's weekends.
Yeah. So I think that they've been kind of going back on this for a while. I think even to this day, fireworks are usually on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And so this way you're still able to see the show if you're going during the week, but you won't have fireworks or maybe as many fireworks. Maybe they're not going to do as many. So, obviously we would want fireworks every night, but at least we give that option.
Yeah. At least we'll still have the projection show every night. That's going to be pretty spectacular.
And from the concept art, it looks like the projections are the best they've ever been. Turning the castle into the casita from Encanto, like they've just done a great job on it. So really excited to see that. But now we are in
top two.
Top 2. So number 2 is going to be the Tron Light Cycle Run coming to Magic Kingdom, apparently in May. So probably that Memorial Day weekend. So Tron Light Cycle Run is like the coolest looking ride ever. Yeah, I would have to say, from the exterior, and then while you're actually on the ride, it looks amazing.
Yeah, definitely nothing like it.
Yeah. And that was one of the rides. There's 2 rides in Shanghai that when it opened, I was like, I need to do the Pirates of the Caribbean there, and I need to do Tron Light Cycle Run. So
we'll have it a little closer.
We'll have it in the US. And we all talk about like how Tomorrowland needs to be updated. This is the perfect thing to put in Tomorrowland. Brings the kinetic energy, so futuristic. You're going, like, it's pretty high up there. Almost looks like you could walk underneath them. And then at night, you have this amazing canopy of lights kind of just going back and forth while you see the people on their little light cycles, I guess you'd call them. Looks amazing. And so not only the ride itself and the fun that you're going to have on the ride, but just the visuals that you're going to get in Tomorrowland. And I would love if they brought it to Disneyland somehow. I know it's a huge ride, but this is one like we got to go to Walt Disney World again soon, because this ride, it looks so cool. I love that you're in that position. That's kind of like Flight of Passage, but it's a roller coaster.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be another one, just like Flight of Passage, that we go on and we're like, that's unlike anything else I've ever ridden.
Yeah. It looks amazing.
Does look pretty awesome. Pretty stoked.
That was very close to number 1, but
yeah, I guess almost kind of tied for 1, but our number 1 spot is going to be going to the Toontown refurb and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
See, it always gets you on the first time.
I don't think I'll ever be able to say it without stuttering.
Yeah. Mickey's Train.
Yeah, the Mickey roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Whatever. Anyways, we're very excited for this to reopen. So January 27th is when the ride opens.
Yeah.
And then in March 8th is when the whole land will open. So I'm really excited, personally. I know a lot of people are kind of like, iffy on whether they even care about Toontown anymore. Probably a lot of people are just kind of over it. It's more for kids, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just excited to see it get some love because I think it had probably been a very long time since like anything had been done to that land. And I think it's just going to be a nice little facelift for the land. And I think kids are going to love it. It sounds like there's a lot of fun stuff for kids that will be there now.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a much more enjoyable place to be.
Yeah. I like it because before it was fun for kids, right? There's a lot of fun things to do, pressing the buttons and doing all this stuff. But now they have Centennial Park that's going to be right when you enter, which is a very kid-friendly section, especially for kids that want to just get out and go on the grass and play, climb the tree thing that they have there. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of interactive elements there because there's no like park thing in Disneyland where California Adventure has Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. Disney World has some areas, I think, with that, but Disneyland does not. And so this whole like Centennial Park section is going to be really nice because the kids are going to be able to kind of just play and get their energy out.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be like water features, like Donald Duck's area is going to have like water features. Goofy's going to have a lot of fun things over there too. And then it'll also have 2 new dining spots. So a quick service restaurant called Cafe Daisy, and then Good Boy, which will be like a grab and go, like market kind of thing. But we can't forget Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, a ride that just looks so insane and so fun. We have not been on it because we haven't been back to Disney World since it opened, but everyone loves it. The ride system looks great, how it splits off into the trackless ride system, and finally having a Mickey ride in Walt's original park. Yeah. Finally having a Mickey ride in Disneyland.
How did it take so long?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Mickey's the OG.
Yeah, I know. I wish it was the OG Mickey in the ride, but it's the new animation. But the funny thing here, or the cool thing here, is that in Hollywood Studios, you had to take out a ride to put Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in. A beloved ride. Everyone loved the Great Movie Ride. But here in Disneyland, it's not taking over anything. Just a new ride.
Yeah.
And so it had to be number one because, I mean, getting new rides is always going to be like a number one for us. You know? And especially bringing in the OG Mouse himself and something that the kids can ride as well. Now that we have a kid. Yeah. It's going to be such a blast.
Around, yeah. Just a very exciting addition to the park.
And a perfect place, Toontown.
Yeah.
Mickey's going to be like right near his house. You could go out.
And giving more people reason to go over there, I feel like. Because it was just kind of feeling a little bit abandoned for a while, I think. Yeah. So.
And I think one of the show scenes is also going to be slightly different than Hollywood Studios. So, that could bring in some more people who want to see that scene, if they're from Disney World. So super excited.
Can't wait. Very soon.
I know.
Very soon.
Yeah. A couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's crazy how fast that was.
I'm really.
And then the land. I know. I love how the land opens.
It's so interesting that they're doing it like that. Like, I feel like it would make more sense to just open them at the same time. Together. But maybe they're trying to stagger crowds. And then January 27th is when a lot of the 100 Years of Wonder kicks off. But the land is not ready yet. So it's going to be kind of weird to go in like the side gate. Yeah, I was wondering how they're going to do it. I guess you can't walk through the land to get to it. But it's going to be cool. I'm really excited. And I really am keeping my fingers crossed that we can plan a trip in the earlier half of 2023 at some point so we can check it out because I'm really excited to see the new Toontown.
Yeah, same here. But with that, everybody, we'll see you guys next week. We are going to be going on a trip for a few days actually this week. So will be coming back the day this episode launches.
Yeah.
But we will be back for next week. But we just want to thank you again so much for listening to our show. It means so much. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. That helps our show out a lot. If you're listening on a podcast platform, I know Spotify, you could click 5, and then Apple Podcasts, you could review.
We wouldn't mind it if you did.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind at all. If you follow us on Instagram and you haven't connected to us, say, hey, drop us a DM or interact with us on our story or something like that. But we just wanted to thank you again, and we will see you guys next week.
See you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.